this month. They opened this thing up, and it's been such a boon to the Tampa Bay area. I've been here a number of times, still can't figure out the mind of Salvador Dali. All I know for sure is he was one strange dude.
To look at Salvador Dali's work, it might be easy to conclude he'd had a troubled childhood, even a terrible one. But two of his closest friends, Reynolds and Eleanor Morse, say many of the seemingly nightmarish images in Dali's paintings can be found throughout the Spanish countryside where he grew up.
And then when we made our first trip to Spain, we discovered, no, these are right there. Everything in the background is right there.
The skies, the rocks, the feeling of Amsterdam, this region that he lives, is absolutely special in the world. It's mountainous country.
Well, Dali would go with his father in a boat along the coast there, and he was looking at the rocks. And one minute this rock would look like a camel, and from the other side it looks like a dwarf.
Dali started out like a prodigy should, enrolled in the prestigious Academy of Fine Arts in Madrid. 5 years and several scandals later, however, he was expelled. Before he was 30 years old, he had met Gala, his lifetime love, and he had transitioned from the traditional to the surreal. Reynolds Morse says Dali simply trained himself to remember what his mind imagined in that thin veil of space between asleep and awake.
And the thing that burned up the critics was he would get these things that he would see in his imagination, based from his life and his homeland and so forth, and paint them so realistically that you believed they existed.
Dali's work was panned during his most prolific years, but he made lots of money selling it, and he was a showman. No stunt or commercial was beneath him, not even Dali gurgling up Alka-Seltzer.
And I said, this was dreadful, and it set us back. And so why do you keep on doing this? So I reached in his pocket and pulled out a check for $65,000. And he said, Morse, is it possible you make $65,000 in 5 minutes work?
Tonight is Dali Film Night at the State Theater in St. Petersburg. It doesn't cost anything, and 3 films featuring Dali will play, including Soft Self-Portrait. In that film, Dali answers the question perhaps asked about him the most. Was he crazy? His answer is an emphatic no.
The only difference between one crazy man and Dali is very simple. Dali is not crazy at all.
Salvador. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Coming up later on Live at 5, we'll get to know the Morses even better. If it weren't for them, we wouldn't have this at all.
All right, thanks,
do you have footage of that commercial, Steve?
I wish I did.
It would
be a relief to have it.
Thank you.
Bye.
Well, angry demonstrators demanding equal rights for animals have broken into research laboratories, tossed phony blood on women wearing fur coats, and confronted hunters as well.
And others who speak with equal passion insist